A dreamer and a doer inspired by nature, travel, unconventional fashion, and all things vintage. She's a little glam, a little rock and roll, and a whole lot of peace and love. That's the Bohemian Bias babe. We're gonna have to do this like a million times. I'm so sorry. I'm a goof. There's a sort of renaissance, so to speak, happening in Newport at the moment. There's so many young entrepreneurs, artists, and musicians. It's really a great time to become a part of this community. The music scene in general in Newport right now is just really, really awesome. Music is such an inspiration, not only for me, but I think that reflects in the merchandise assortment that we have here in the store. And it's always really cool when I'm out at a show to see someone wearing something from the store and either coming up to me and telling me how much they appreciate it, or seeing how much they're actually enjoying wearing that piece and how comfortable they are wearing it is pretty cool. It took me over a year to find a physical retail space. I was being very specific as to what I was looking for: natural sunlight, big windows, and a lenient landlord. Around 7 years ago, I was home visiting Newport and I noticed this flag, and it was hanging everywhere. It was hanging at First Beach, it was hanging on the buildings, there were stickers, they were on the trash cans. I couldn't seem to go anywhere without noticing this flag, and it was of the Newport Tower, which is the stone structure that a lot of locals notice, sometimes maybe don't think much about. I never really did. Amor, Vincet, Omnia. It means love conquers all, only on the Newport flag, Vincet had an E instead of an I. And I really liked the meaning behind it, and I liked that it was somehow connected to the Newport Tower, which was my hometown, and I wanted to get it tattooed on me, but I couldn't figure out what the connection was or why it was spelled differently on the flag. I had looked for the flag shop that was gone. I had asked a million people and no one seemed to know the significance. I was in Florida and I was visiting my dad, and he had my grandmother's art desk. And we opened it up and we found a little cardboard box, and it was a replica of the Newport Tower. The next day I went and got the tattoo on my arm, and I got it with the E instead of the I. Not knowing what the significance was, but just knowing that Newport spelt it with the E, and that's kind of what I connected to. My dad didn't know anything about it. We just found it. And I freaked out because I had been obsessing over this flag for 5 or 6 years at this point. Exactly a year after getting the tattoo, I found the space that we're in that just so happens to be across the street from the tower. I met my landlord, Jim Egan, who has been studying the tower for years, and he actually had written a book about the flag, and there are 2 pages dedicated to the spelling that is on the flag.
See, back in the 30s and 40s, they put it on mugs and glasses and plates, and they had it on everything. They loved it. Anyway, people don't love it anymore. Which they did. I get so curious about the city flag. I wrote a whole book about it, and what I found was that it came about in 1930 at the 5th running of the America's Cup races. The people of Newport said, we need some kind of symbol for our city. So they had a contest, and this fellow by the name of John L. Smith won. And his flag design had 3 things on it: the tower, surrounded by a wreath, and the words Amor, Vincet, Omnia. Well, that slogan was the first slogan used by the people of Newport and Portsmouth in 1641. They had gotten it from Virgil, who back in 35 BC wrote, "Love shall conquer all, Amor Vincet Omnia," with an E in the word Vincet. Well, around 1350, when Chaucer in Middle English came about, he changed it to "Love conquers all," Vincit, and Caravaggio in his famous painting spells it that way. But the way that the islanders had it and the way Virgil did it is the way that it is on the flag here, which is "Love shall conquer all," the way that it was originally done.
So after 6 years of debating whether or not to get the tattoo and trying to figure out the meaning, I finally got it, and a year later, I found my dream retail space and solved a mystery in the same day. I waited until the 3rd time of meeting my landlord before I showed him the tattoo on my arm because I really didn't want to freak him out. My aspirations for Bohemian Bias going forward are to continue building on the community that we've already started building and growing for the past 5 months that we've been open, and to continue to empower females, either by supporting them in their work or their art or their designs, or just by making them feel beautiful and comfortable in what they're wearing. After going through my business plan, I realized that without doing it on purpose, the majority of brands and labels that we carry here at Bohemian Bias are female-owned businesses. A lot of them are young female entrepreneurs. It just kind of happened naturally. And to realize that and see so many females doing what they love to do and going after their dreams has been pretty cool. And to be able to support that has been even cooler.
Never got me with the life on, never got me